Alright, hey everybody, it's AntagonistKim, and we're back in the Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge. We will get it at some point. But anyway, we had a kind of an epic battle with these guys in front of the cemetery gate. We're trying to get to our father's funeral. There's a couple things I'll read here, and then we'll just get right into it. Obituary notice. This is of the late Franciscus Hillmantle. Went to be with the Lord following brief yet painful agony, having received the sacraments on August 18th, 1905, at the age of 65. The bereaved family is asking all relatives and friends to join them at the funeral service held at St. Anna's Church in Koski, oh boy, I can't pronounce that, on August the 25th at 11, followed by the transfer of the body to the family tomb at Szulski Cemetery. Okay. And then parish announcements. Saturday, 7 a.m. Votive service in honor of Our Lady of the Rosary for the intention of the brothers and sisters of the Confraternity of the Holy Rosary. 9 a.m. Holy Mass, which will be followed by the recitation of the Litany of Loretto with a prayer of the conversion of sinners. Okay. Anything else? What about this? Stanislaus obituary. Okay, this is our father right here. Stanislaus Szulski, widely respected citizen, thaumaturge, philanthropist, entrepreneur, father, and husband, died suddenly August the 31st at the age of 64. That was yesterday in real-time gaming, real life. A service for the repose of his soul will be held at St. Charles Borromeo Church on Saturday, September 7th at 11, to which his daughter would like to invite all relatives, friends, and acquaintances. Tomb, Marja Winowska, Polish stage artist, December 31st, 1861 to July 1890. To my beloved daughter, a woeful mother. Okay. I'm sure we're not supposed to be doing this considering we're late, but we're gonna. Tomb, here lies Jan Milak, our dear friend. In 1891, he met his end. What is he now lies deep inside. What he was, never you mind. Anything else? Want to look at everything. There's our funeral service right there. Anything else right here? Any other random ass fight it's gonna put us in? Oh, there's another tomb here. Tomb, Graf Frederick Karl Nesserrod, 1786 to 1868, signed Tocher. Marie Molkanoff, language I can't pronounce, 1822 to 1874. Okay. We got a thaumaturgy point. It's Thum. You don't remember it's Thum. Anything else? God, the cemetery is huge. Again, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be doing this, but I'm gonna. Okay. Alright. We gotta pass that. I don't want to immediately bring us into the thing it might, though. Or maybe not. Let's see what we got. Alright, here's our reception right here.
I'm sure you don't remember me. My name's Hayat, Mordecai Hayat. I wanted to offer my condolences.
Thank you.
Please, forgive my prying. I know Mr. Szulski took nitroglycerin for his heart, but how did he pass away? Was that his cause of death? His heart?
You say you don't know the cause of your father's death. Quip that your father didn't have a heart. Ask why he's so interested. Why are you so interested?
Why are you so interested in my father's cause of death?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone. I'm sure you want to bid farewell to your father.
I mean, I'm sure it's not bad to ask, but I don't know. Alright, here we go. Szulski Family Mausoleum.
I knew you'd turn up.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Stasha loved you in his own way. You look well. Ligia said you found some quack healer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You don't recognize me, do you? But do you remember who taught you how to shoot starlings?
Uncle Voronian, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I probably wouldn't recognize myself anymore. Go look in on your sister. She's worried. We'll talk at home.
Yeah.
Sister?
Wictor. I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad to. How are you holding up?
All this caught me off guard, but for now I don't have time to think things through calmly.
Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late, and we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Stay and say goodbye to your father. We'll say goodbye. Just
Fine.
get it over with.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Let's get it figured out here.
So, it was me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago.
Read the obituary aloud.
After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not. Did you write this yourself? A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absolved, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better, and definitely closer to the truth.
Mention the dream you had after Rasputin hypnotized you.
The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 salutors.
And then let's close it out.
I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face. All those years, I said them over and over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia because she wasn't born a boy. Me because I was born a Thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now... Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
Say he interrupted your moment for personal reflection. Ask how long he's been eavesdropping. Find out what he wants. I mean, it is kind of rude not to at least knock.
I was reflecting at the grave of my beloved father.
You tricked me. I heard something else. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Wictor Szulski, isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw has happily come to an end, I hope.
With all due respect, this is my personal business. It was my father who knew you, not me.
True. Please forgive me. I meant no harm. Again, my condolences.
Dang, a lot of weird people at the cemetery today.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Konieczkin. Ivan Konieczkin. Goodbye.
The name sounds familiar. Okay. Konieczkin. Okay.
Such interesting friends you had. I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Uh-oh. Papa's coming back from the grave. Okay. Yeah, a whole bunch of new entries we gotta read. What else do we have here? Is there anything else we can look at? Wreath with a note. Someone has left an unusual note by the generic funeral wreath. Wictor Szulski. Okay. In blunt terms, it expresses joy about Stanislaus' death. The wreath was thrown carelessly, but some time and effort went into the words of the note. Several versions were written, all of which seemed insufficiently offensive to the author. In the end, he decided on the simple yet eloquent Wictor Szulski. Okay. Not sure that's the best thing to leave out of as someone's death pyre here, but sure. How about this one? Someone's left a note with a simple wreath. We had our differences regarding methods, but we share the same goal. We will carry on, and you rest in peace, brother, your friends in Thaumaturge. Okay. At least that was kind of nice. Yeah, about the profession, right? Josephina Szulska. Okay.
Great-grandmother Josefina, a thaumaturge.
Okay, cool. What about this one? A bouquet with a note, a few flowers gathered together in a note. You were closer to me than I ever admit, and now you're gone. My heart is yearning. S. This note contains a brief farewell. The simple words contain a sea of sadness and longing. The letter was written with a trembling heart that cannot come to terms with the loss. It seems that someone was greatly affected by my father's death. More people than I thought of guessed came to say their farewells to my father. It turns out that he had both friends who were dearly affected by his death and enemies who found it exceptionally pleasing. Well, it seems my father evoked extreme emotions in the people he encountered during his life. Okay. Wictor Szulski?
Grandpa Nikodem, a thaumaturge. I barely remember him.
Nikodem, okay. Anything else? Go to your family's home in northern Shrubmeski. I'm going to say that. I know it's wrong. Let's give our point away here. I kind of want to enhance our other guy. We really need to be using him more. I know we don't have as much of a bond with him as our Upir up here, but I think for the next fight we should try him out. Let's give him the point. Bukavak. Howl casts suffering on an enemy if the enemy's health points are less than 50%. The skill additionally casts the state of a random enemy. Okay. Never mind. I thought I could upgrade him. Alright, let's do a different one then. If I remember right, this one's a good one. It makes you lose focus instead of taking the damage with a ratio. That's kind of nice because I'm pretty sure we have up to 6 focus. That's something to consider. And this one gives a 60% chance of slowing the enemy's actions. That's also good. We could maybe do this. Well, actually, what's this one? Oh, that one costs 2. Increases damage inflicted by 50%. We'll try this one. Yeah, we'll go with that. Where's our... Ah, here we go. Entries. But I'd say we got a lot of new people to read about. So this is where our house is at. Elegant northern Shrometsky or Shromasky. Elegant squares and plazas are frequented during the day by distinguished saunterers, police patrols, and highbrows hastening in their offices. I know every corner here, every street, my old stomping ground. And Pawlowski. If time is humankind's most valuable currency, those here are bankrupt, and marble mausoleums beckoned in the bespoke sculptures with inscriptions composed by poets and a continuous supply of sumptuous wreaths still. They have nicks in their non-material accounts. Candles gutter out slowly, and sometimes someone throws fresh flowers at it in mockery, a bleak temple in honor of a form without content. There used to be an idyllic garden here, established by Princess Saratorska, with noblewomen dancing in Greek dresses. Now there is no laughter echoing amongst the ancient trees and only weeping. I have the impression that the story of the Polski is a metaphor for the history of Warsaw. My family's mausoleum is here too. My father rests here like his father before him. I don't think I will follow their lead. Okay. Okay, Alexander Voronin is Uncle Voronin. Uncle Sasha is our mother Nadia's brother. Always kind and good-natured. He watched us grow up. I'm not very close with him. I'm not very close with his son Petra yet. Even though we are similar in age. Okay. So we haven't met Petya yet, so maybe he's at the house. Wanda is the lady we helped last episode. The bold girl that approached me during the Tsar's speech introduced herself only as Wanda. She was sneaking bullets in the nooks and crannies of her undergarments, and not for the first time. Intriguing. I helped Wanda get out of the kettle. On parting, she mentioned I could find her at the Barek's Roblets. I'll have to pop in there someday, as Wanda raved about their donuts. Okay. Stalin is the military guy who was with Nikolai Romanov. Newly appointed by the Tsar, the Governor-General of Warsaw is not popular with the people. Stalin's first decision was to suppress the revolutionary terror, with even greater terror from the authorities. This does not bode well. Yeah, he's using, like, tyrannical means to control the people. This is Tsar Nikolai here. Romanov, the Emperor of Russia, King of Poland, Grand Duke of Finland. He is visiting Warsaw with his family. Warsaw does not seem to care for him. Yeah, kind of similar thing. Probably very similar to like the French uprising and stuff like that, where they're done with royalty being a thing. Chadat. Oh, this is the guy that asked how our father died. Mordachach, I think. Again, these names are incredibly fascinating, but I do not want to butcher them. He introduced himself as an acquaintance of the deceased. He asked me a number of odd questions and was keenly interested in the way my father died. Right. And then Konachkin. Ivan. We'll call him Ivan. At my father's funeral, I was startled by a certain Ivan. He mentioned he had only known my father and that he knew all about him. But yeah, he knew everything about him. Right. Okay. Alright, well, let's get the heck out of here. And it's raining. Of course it is. You're sweeping mud, my dude. Oh, wait a second. Sorry, I thought I went elsewhere. Oh, great. Someone's messing with my sis.
We can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros post-mortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Shabłowska, the Warsaw Courier. Could I ask for a brief comment?
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
Damn, she's back again. Lygia's my sister. Ask Lygia if you ought to intervene. Don't cause problems for her.
I can sort it out, but it might cause you some trouble.
It's not worth getting your hands dirty over.
Get out of here, or I might decide you're attacking an Imperial official, and you'll wake up tomorrow in the Citadel.
Are you threatening me, Judge?
I'm actually spurring you from him. Would you rather try your luck with a Thaumaturge? Come on, children. I'm sure my Petya is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Get in.
Let's go.
I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
Yeah, that lady is a hyena. What the hell? We're at her dad's funeral. Go to your family to the northern area. Okay. As I look around everywhere else, we won't do that. We'll we'll try to stay on track. I do enjoy looking at everything and reading stuff, but I know I must resist.
Your guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grażyna, dear. Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
You got it.
Master Wictor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You look just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image. Should I make you some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
Tell her not to trouble herself. Tell her to make the cocoa. Yeah, make some for Sis. She's having a hard time.
Make an extra creamy one for Ligia.
Oh, I won't skimp on her. Now, your sister's putting a brave face on all this, but she's really having a hard time. It's lovely to see you again. But that's enough jabber for now. I've got the guests and the cocoa, and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
I love her already. Oh my god, there's so much stuff to touch. Okay. Like I said, this is the part where I'm, Okay, yeah, that's the important part. What is... This is the... Wait, is this the front door? Where does this go? The green square? The garden? Do I have a chance to come back here later? She said not to dilly-dally. Do we know any of these people? Do we care about any of them right now? You guys are literally talking about me. I'm right here. How did he actually... Damn, these people are ruthless. Father's portrait. The portrait depicts father in his twilight years. The serious expression on his face, the proud posture, and the grimoire in hand, combined with the dark background and lack of embellishments, it all reflects the strictness of pragmatism he always had. Good old Stanislaw. However, a faint red streak can be seen around his figure. Apparently, artists are particularly sensitive to seeing things that usually escape the human eye. This one should receive double illument for capturing the thaumaturgic aura. Yeah, I'm about to say it looks really cool. Okay, I'm guessing this is, yeah, this is Petya. What about you? What is this? The Warsaw Courier Evening Extra. Here's the latest news for the riots that disrupted His Majesty Nikolai's speech today. A moment after our gracious emperor announced Stalin was the new governor, General Warsaw, a group of troublemakers started yelling disgraceful slogans. Despite reinforced security, there was a scuffle. The Gendarmer... Goodness, can't read today. Pretty much gendarmes, right? They're the cops. Were quick to get the solution under control. However, a few people were injured, including 2 policemen who came to help. 30 people charged with public nuisance and brawling were taken into custody. Hold on, Petya. Are you in here, bro? The basement. Oh yeah, there's him too. Okay. I think they want us to talk to everybody. And I kind of want to see the garden too. Let's see the garden. Hear me out. We'll make our way through this group of people in a second. I want to see what's out here unless it messes with our story stuff. Hopefully it doesn't. Some type of kids out here and other people sitting in the rain. I just want to double check because I wasn't sure if after all of our story stuff it'll let us come back here. Okay. Just looking. This was the door we just came in through, so what else do we have in here? Basement. What is this? of bust of Marana. The stern countenance resembles that of a human, but the callous gaze shows no trace of human emotions. The Queen of Winter scrutinizes you, sending a shiver down your spine. It makes me think of the words, if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back at you. Okay. Yeah, those are people reading stuff. What's in here? What's in the basement? Ooh, okay. Okay, so it's just the portrait. Let's check the portrait. Maybe it's our mother. Oh yeah, mother's portrait. Ooh. Portrait of mother from her youth. She stands proud, wearing a white dress and a silk scarf thrown over her exposed shoulders. Her long dark hair flows down her back, and she glances at the viewer with a piercing smile. Bare skin and a frivolous hairstyle, that's not how I remembered her. Nadia as a young, unkept maiden. It's hard to believe. The shocking vision of the painter must have been created in a previous era, a time when hearts were stirred with violent emotions, poems were created at the sound of a storm, love stories had to end tragically, etc., etc. Father actually commissioned such a painting? About to say very seductive, probably for the time period, right? Let's go back up. All right, what else can we peek at? Let's talk to Petya, our cousin here. And then I think we'll call this the episode, guys. Let me snag his info, because then we have to go do the kitchen, and then we'll head upstairs.
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Petya! Forgive me, and for shooting you as well. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
Dang, Victor, if we're supposed to be around the same age, Victor's not aged very well at all. Goodness, okay. Let's read the next thing here. Gracia's liquor recipe. Quince liqueur with amber. Pour a pot of ripe, duly picked quince fruits into a 4-gallon demijohn, and pour in a light cooled syrup with 6 pounds of sugar and 2 gallons of water. Add 10 pieces of amber, stir perfectly, and add half a gallon of your best spirit. Seal and place in a moderately warm place out of the sun for 10 days, stirring several times per day, shaking the demijohn. After 10 to 12 days, when the clumps have sunk, the liquid is completely clear. Pour into the bottles, cork tightly, and keep in a cool, dry cellar. Very cool. Got a recipe. So I wonder if you actually follow that recipe, if you could make your own quince alcohol. We'll do one more. Let's talk to her. Oh no, dinner recipes. Okay. Capone or pullet with sausages. Clean and pluck the... I'm assuming that's a bird. Capon with warm. Burn off the remaining feathers and knots over the fire. Slice open the giblets to add them with the broth. Rinse, salt throughout. And roast it on a spit while coating with butter. When finishing roasting, put a large spoonful of sausage butter inside. Sprinkle the top with breadcrumbs. Douse in liquid butter and fry in the pan. If you don't have sausages, a piece of butter with pepper will do. You can also put the sausage butter in the capone once you put it on the platter. Oh, I thought I had to talk to her here. Okay. Then I guess let's talk to, well, no, because that might lead us to something else. Guys, I'm going to call this it for the episode. I'm trying my best to keep these around 30 minutes. I know it's a lot of reading and stuff, and I want to make sure we get a little bit in, but at least we got to say goodbye to our father, met some seedy characters, our cousin. So it was all in good fun. And we'll talk to our uncle and head upstairs and... Ooh, Buster's barking. Sorry about that. And we'll head upstairs and talk to Lygia and the lawyer and go over father's will. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.